Good afternoon, good afternoon, good afternoon, my beautiful girlies. It's Grace, and let's hop right in to this makeup get ready with me. So, to hop straight into today's topic of discussion, a portal opens right in front of me. Will I go through it or not? So, I think that this is a very interesting topic to discuss for sure, because in these situations, you never really think about, if an unknown portal opens in front of you and what you're gonna do or not. And I just think that this is such an interesting topic to talk about, since, you're basically going into the unknown. And I just think that there could be a lot of positives on why you would do it, or positives and negatives of both, why you would and wouldn't do it. And I will be giving y'all my answer and the 3 reasons of why I chose that answer. So, to answer the question, will I be going through the portal? And the answer is no. And to hop right in to the first reason of why I will not be going through that portal is because I just don't want to be by myself. I think this is very, very self-explanatory, but honestly, I just don't think I would honestly survive being on my own if I went through an unknown portal. And I went in there without the people that I loved and trusted. I just think that it would be a very, 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 very experience for me, because I am a scaredy cat, and I just know for a fact it would just be very, very miserable for me, because it's just like, no. Like, honestly, I jump at any unknown noise, at all. Like how you see those videos on social media and you just whatchamacallit, see people going in the woods by themselves at night, and then a sudden noise pops out of nowhere, and it's just like, what in the world was that noise, obviously. And it just really, 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 really freaks you out, and you just ignore it, and then the noise happens again, and then you get scared, and then you basically run off. Honestly, that would be me. Well, that would be me, and then some, because oh my goodness, I just don't think I would survive by myself. I honestly think I would just die from a fear of just dying of fear. I think the fear and the anxiety of just the unknown and not knowing what is going on will kill me faster than anything else. I don't know, I just think that going through an unknown portal is scary enough. Obviously you really don't know what's on the other side, but not to have someone there with you that you really, really love and are comfortable being there with would just be nightmare fuel. Oh my goodness, I would cry the entire time I was there. I'm not sure if I would honestly get it together just to to get through it. I don't really know. In all honesty, I think I would just be so scared. It wouldn't be a great time for not only me, but for anyone else, because I would just be screaming so much out of fear. It just wouldn't be a fun time. I think also just in general, it's just easier when someone else is there. You're not alone. You don't have to share, the struggles, of, being not abandoned, but in an unknown place, in an unknown portal by yourself. So it's better to have someone there with you. I mean, shoot, it doesn't even have to be someone that you love or trust. It could just be a literal stranger. I know that sounds really, really bad, but like, I would rather it be a stranger, because at least, you know, you're someone. You're just not like anyone, because like, no, that would just be a recipe for disaster. In all honesty, it wouldn't be a fun time at all. It would just be horrible for all parties. So yeah, I will take the stranger, you know, if it's not my loved ones or family, over, you know, anything else. I don't know. I mean, also another big thing that I don't really like think a lot of people think about when they're in these situations, like on their own, like if, you know, you had to go through an unknown portal and you literally like didn't know anyone or even like anything, is like the simple fact that you know, what was I going to say? Oh yeah, the simple fact that you know, like, just what kind of creatures or what kind of beings are, you know, in that part of the universe that you are in. Like, who's there, who's doing what, you know, what in the world is happening, and all of that fun stuff. It's just, you know, insane, you know, to say. And not even like insane to say, but insane to honestly think about as well, because like obviously like you don't want to think that anything bad will like happen, but I don't know. But yeah, I don't know, I just think it's just, you know, too risky to go in a world where, you know, you don't know what the other beings are going to be like over there. I mean, maybe they're not even human beings at all. They could literally, you know, just be like creatures or monsters, you know? It's like, you know, what I said in like my previous video about how literally we, whatchamacallit, you know, we quite literally don't know, you know, what is in our ocean, basically, because 95% of our ocean is undiscovered. So it could just be creatures like that will be popping out of nowhere in this unknown portal that I would be going through, for example, and it would just not be a fun time for any of us, because we're both gonna be fighting, or really I'll be screaming the most and then they'll be fighting, but it's just not gonna be fun at all. I don't know, I just think that just having two people there, or even a group of people there, and not being all on your lonesome just makes sense. You know, nothing good happened. You know, this saying that nothing good happens at night. I honestly believe the same thing with this. Nothing good happens when you're just by yourself, you know, in an unknown portal, or you're by yourself in the dark. Oh, also, you know, is the alternate universe that you're going to go through in that portal, is it going to be a lot of light? Is it just going to be darkness? You know, I don't know. It's just insane. You don't really know who or what is going to be in there, and you just got to be very, very careful to make sure that, you know, you're not messing around with some beings that don't want to be messed around with, you know? I just think that, you know, when being by, you know, yourself, you got to be very, 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 very smart with, you know, who is, you know, not who, yeah, well, who is there, who you're going to approach, etc., 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 etc. Because, like I said before, anything can happen because you are literally there. You by yourself and you just have no one there. It's just a very, very, scary experience, an experience that you don't want to be in. I think no one would want to be in that experience at all. I honestly just think like it's just very, very important, to have that, known security that, everything and things will be okay. It's not going to be, that terrifying that much, because again, you're in a world that you don't know anyone, and things can happen, and yeah, you just got to be very, very careful on how you approach it, in my personal opinion. But yeah, y'all, so no, because I don't want to be by myself would be the first reason as to why I would not go through the portal if it were to open right in front of me. So the second reason as to why I would not go through the portal if it were to open right in front of me is because what if the portal is a black hole? I mentioned, I didn't really like mention it, but I sort of mentioned this point in my last point a little bit, when I said that, we could, the portal that we're possibly going through could be like a black hole. It could be something very, very scary, and it basically wouldn't be good whatsoever. This is to continue on with that point, I just think that when going through a portal, obviously you're going through the unknown, and with going through the unknown, there could be many things that you really wouldn't see or pay attention to. Honestly, one of those things to me would be the fact that you could potentially be going through a black hole, and I think that a lot of people don't really think about this point, because you tend to think that, if I go through this portal, I may go through a portal through an unknown world. And yeah, that could be it, but it could also be a portal full of darkness, and you're just there for who knows how long. You could be there for all of eternity, and I think that is just super duper scary to think about, in all honesty, because it's like, what, like you're just there in complete darkness and no one can help you, no one knows that you're there. Yeah, that's just like nightmare fuel for me, 100%. I know it's probably a point that a lot of people really don't want to think about, because no duh, like who wants to go into a portal of darkness? But honestly, shoot, anything can happen, you really don't know what can happen at all. And I just think that it's very, 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 very important for people to be ready and stay ready for the possibilities, because it's like, like what can you do in the dark realistically? Like, just be there for all eternity. Honestly, just the thought of being in a very dark place for such a long amount of time is just so frightening. Like, gosh, that is just so terrifying. Like, who would want to be in that state where you're just in total and utter darkness. Like, that just does not sound like a fun time. That sounds absolutely horrifying for all parties involved. But I don't know, I mean, technically, since, you know, they said that you're going through about a black hole, and you know, you don't really need anyone else there. I don't really see how it can be that well, actually, I can see how that can be a big of a problem if, you know, you're the only one there. But what I mean is, like, if, you know, you're not by yourself. Because if you were to be by yourself, then, oh yeah, you have a very big problem right there. Because, like I stated before, nothing good comes out of being, you know, by yourself at all. Bad things definitely do happen. And I just realized that this line is not straight at all. It's not straight. It's very, very crooked. Yay. We're gonna try to fix that line a little bit. But yeah, nothing good can come out of that at all, like, whatsoever. You just gotta be very, very you know, careful when, you know, you do end up in that situation. And I hope that nobody does, because that honestly sounds so terrifying. Like, to be in a situation where you are all by yourself, you quite literally don't know anyone to help you, and it's just you in this abyss of darkness. And gosh, I'm getting a little bit of goosebumps just thinking about it. That is such a horrifying thought to have. I don't know, I mean, to the people that can do that, just be in that darkness, honestly, I give y'all creds, because being in that world honestly just does not sound, well, being in that dark black hole just does not sound easy at all. I would know, because I would definitely overreact and think that something is there when something isn't there at all, and it would just not be a good time for any of us. It just wouldn't be. But yeah, y'all, so no, because what if there is a black hole would be the second reason as to why I would not go through the portal if it were to open right in front of me. So the third and last reason as to why I would not jump through or go through the portal if it were to open right in front of me is because I would miss my loved ones very, very, very dearly. Heavy emphasis on missing my loved ones, because yeah, I'm someone that gets very, very bored, like, over time, very, very easily, and it just would not be a good time if I am bored, if my mind isn't stimulated, if, you know, I mean, I did say that the portal could open up many different worlds, and it could be like a world, you know, where great things happen, and we love that. But I think over time, you know, if I don't talk to them for a while, then oh, heck yeah, I am going to miss my family dearly. And I know that we like to say, oh no, like, if it were to happen to me, you know, I wouldn't miss them, but you know, I can concur. I would be very bored if my family was not there. It would be a very, very awful time for everyone, because I would just complain about how much I miss my family. how much I miss everyone and, you know, like my friends and things that I did on a daily basis. Like, it would just not be fun at all. Like, I would make it everybody's problem. And it is going to be everybody's problem because now, you know, and with everyone, I mean, I don't even know who would be there in the other side of the portal since, you know, it's unknown. But I will make it somebody's problem. Because yeah, like I said, I'm bored. And I just want someone to talk to. I don't want to feel alone. I don't want to feel you know, left out. Like, no. I want to be included, involved in some way, shape, or form. And you know, I would just wish that my family would be there. Also, with not knowing what the world is going, or what universe I will be, you know, going into when I do, you know, cross the other side to the portal. I mean, there could be great things that would happen over there, and my family and friends and my loved ones would just miss out on that, unfortunately. And it would be awful, you know, if they weren't there, truly. I just think that some things your family should be there for. And you know, whether if it's a new experience or stuff like that, even an experience that no one else would understand, your family would be able to understand because they were there. But yeah, y'all, so no, because I would miss my loved ones would be the third and the last reason as to why I would not go through the portal if it were to open right in front of me. So you guys, we are done with this makeup look. What do we think? What do we think? What do we think? I really, really like this look. Love the lip. Everything just eats. And I hope that this topic of discussion got y'all thinking, and I would love to hear y'all's thoughts down below. Would you go through a portal if it were to open right in front of you? I would love to hear y'all's thoughts. Please be sure to subscribe to this channel if you would love to see more makeup looks like this, and just to hear more silly random topics to talk about. Thank you guys so much for watching this video. I hope that you all enjoyed. I hope that y'all will have an amazing Monday, an amazing week, and I will see all of y'all's beautiful faces next time. Bye, guys.